So next is Oliver Ettlin talking about, well, anytime I look at it, I think it's point to point. And I don't think about timing. I'll go with the PowerPoint then. Voila. But yeah, talking about time for today. Thank you.
So, hello. Oh, very nice. Thank you. So, this is my first SwiNOG, and they gave me 10 minutes to speak. And the speak is about precise time distribution on WANs. So, I will definitely make sure to keep in the time frame. I also definitely don't want to delay beer o'clock afterwards. So, yeah, PTP, it's not a peer-to-peer, it's a precision time protocol. It's like a precise version of NTP. The N in NTP, internally we say the N stands for not so precise time protocol. And the P is for precision time protocol. It goes down to nanosecond accuracy. NTP, it also can go down to microseconds accuracy, but it's usually more in the millisecond, around milliseconds. And it's used in media industry. We are using it mostly in media industry. It's used in telco, trading, and also for synchronizing power grids. How does it work? There's a master, or now we call it also leader, and there's a slave. The master, actually the German translation of grand leader was a bit bad, so grand master is still acceptable. Yeah, so, but usually we go now with leader and follower. So the master sends a sync message, hey, it's 3 o'clock or beer o'clock. Then the slave, which is a smart device, says, I'm a bit suspicious. This message took some time to travel through the network. He sends back a delay request, and the master responds with a delay response. So he measures the time between the master and the slave. If this round trip is 2 milliseconds, then he assumes the one-way delay is 1 millisecond. So he adjusts his time with this offset. Keep this in mind, it becomes important afterwards. So, So, of course, when this message has the packets jitter in the network, it can make the synchronization for the end devices more challenging. Also, in such a WAN network synchronized by PTP, each slave talks with the master. So it's also a question of scalability, because the master has to handle all these delay requests and has to answer with delay responses. And as I said, the delay measurement depends on symmetric path, or on symmetric times between the master and the slave. So with this knowledge, we've built together with a provider a network for the Swiss television station, which connects through whole Switzerland, and it connects all the stadions. It's for transporting media signals. Uncompressed video in full HD is around 3 gigabit per stream, and it's multicast. Here I have to say we love multicast. It's a nice thing. Yeah. No, it's a good thing, and it sometimes works. So, so here in this network, so it's 55 locations around Switzerland, all the stadiums, all the sites of Swiss television station, and 2 grandmasters were installed. The main one was in Zurich and the backup in Geneva. Politically, they should be equal, but the primary one is in Zurich. It was a long discussion. And yeah, so the first challenge was the jitter, to keep it low around Switzerland. So we decided to go for all the switches with hardware support. That means PTP boundary clock, transparent clock, or sync key in the hardware. Here I have to mention, hardware support in the hardware is not like hardware support in the hardware. there are a lot of differences in the implementation, like not working when the switch is stacked, not working on Monday, not working on full moon, not working on even ports. So it's a hard, a proof of concept does a good job. Then for the scalability, we decided for going for these boundary clock switches. The boundary clock switches, they have their own time. They maintain a relation with the primary leader, or grandmaster, and then they send the time downwards to the slaves. So the system becomes scalable. All good. So the network was built, and of course it needed some verification. So we have this measurement device, which is also takes the time source from GPS, and we compared the time on different sites. It looks like this. It has a GPS antenna, which has to go to the roof, and so on. And yeah, actually, it looked good. Jitter was good. Scalability was also good. But yeah, time was not correct. So we scratched our heads, and time was not correct at any side. And then we found then we had a good lesson about the optical network, and we found out about these dispersion compensation units, which is actual just meters of fibers rolled in a rack space. And when it's not the same in both paths, it gives you an asymmetry in the network. So we had this challenge to get the time right, and we found a solution. Together with the switch vendor, they implemented a new feature, an asymmetry correction on a per interface basis. So we made a nice road trip around Switzerland to every site, compared the time with the GPS time from the network, did this asymmetry correction in nanoseconds for each link, and it worked. Time was correct. Yeah, actually it was a bit more hassle, but in 10 minutes it's yeah, it's like this. So yeah, PTP at the scale, it's possible to deploy it. It's also possible to stay in the boundaries of time errors, of jitter, and so on. Hardware support is essential, but the more and more switches got it in, and sometimes it also comes for free. Keep in mind that the hardware support is not really not the same on each switch. It's also for the vendors. It's new, and there are also bugs in it, or can be bugs. And if it really matters, you have to verify it. So there needs to be a measurement device which can be trusted and which can compare the actual signal, what the network is doing, against the global GPS time. And the baddest thing, yeah, changes at layer I1 may require recalibration. That's really downside. So I think this was, I got 5 more seconds, so.
No, go ahead.
No, that was actually the fastest PTP presentation I ever made. Yes, we are a company, Simplexity. We are based in Switzerland, and that's me with some Chile from H&M. And yeah, we are happy to talk. Would be it would be very nice if ISP would also implement it, because now I have a GPS antenna at home and one in our lab, and yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah, well, I would say more IXPs, because there is one here interested.
No? Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Are there any questions or comments? No? Well, oh, we have one. They are in the front.
Hi, I'm Anita Maya from Init7. Can you name me a time slot? How long took you the whole process of the implementation?
For this project, it
Yes,
was
for the total project.
so it was with an ISP together. It was with SRF together, and it was actually one of the first projects which we used SMPTE 2110 and A67 around the whole country. So it was like from start to the end, it was like 1 or 2 years. Yes, but it was like it's on air. So if you're watching football, it's probably the camera signal is distributed by this network. And it would be definitely faster when we do it again. Because it really also needed this change in the firmware of the switches.
I'll go here first.
And why you don't use GPS in the first place, if that's your reference?
We are using GPS, like the grandmasters are using GPS, but not on every site. So GPS is available. Yeah, actually it's quite expensive. There are like heritage sites where it's not possible to mount the antenna, and you have to deal with spoofing and jamming in every location, which can become quite expensive. And so here we only have to deal, like the monitoring, we only have to do for this too.
We had a question here, right? Oh, okay.
Hey, this is Severin from Boston University. Just a reminder that you can use like low latency routing and everything in SRv6 or SRN in particular. You have to use PTP for performance measurement, and I think there are out a lot of ISPs which are currently having in production or trying it. So you find them online, and maybe it helps you for future projects.
Okay.
Okay. I would say thank you then. We're running out of time. Thank you very much.